think the Black Power movement, see, I always think of it as three different movements, three different legacies. The most evident is this idea of building Black institutions, buying Black, supporting Black business, but not necessarily transforming or revolutionizing society. Nowadays, it's manifest in slogans like the color of Black power is green. It's about making money and supporting our businesses. It's not a revolutionary ideology. Another extreme, and that is a kind of cultural nationalism. And it goes in ebbs and flows. When Spike Lee's film Malcolm X came out, it was the height of a kind of cultural nationalist sort of resurrection. And then finally, the other element is the Black radical tradition. It's a tradition of struggle, of organization. And how does it exist today? It certainly exists in certain forms of hip hop. You know, you can actually chart both the organizational forms and rhetoric of Black power in second wave feminism, in the gay liberation movement, where the gay liberation movement post-Stonewall in New York, but also in San Francisco, in many ways adopted the language of Black power, gay power, feminist power.
Sometimes I feel like there's a lot of rebuilding in order, and a lot of that is going to come from just the old-fashioned principle of reading books. And more importantly, we have to write and document our history right now. It's really not about black and white. It's about the story. If we're going to tell the story, let's tell the story right. So that's why we as Black people have to tell our own stories. We have to document our history. When we allow someone else to document our history, the history becomes twisted and we get written out. We get our noses blown off.
Because of the historical aspects of people of African descent here in the United States of America, it's been a tremendous ride here since slavery and since Ku Klux Klan and all this madness in this country, you see. And so the black man in America has been able to survive all of this and be able to express himself through music and through art and through all kinds of things, and been able to utilize the government here and the rules and regulations, the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, and utilize this in a nonviolent way to be a part of one of the greatest countries that's ever been, United States of America.
It's not a day that I don't get up and thank a Stokely and a Malcolm and a Kathleen and an Angela who did this very hard work for us to begin to not only see the country, but to see ourselves and to love ourselves. When you love yourself, you don't want to hurt someone else. And the other thing is that when you love yourself, you greet people as an equal.
I think the story of my trial is an important story. You know, we can talk about others, Bobby Seale and Erica Huggins and Huey Newton and go on. And the real import of the positive outcomes of these trials is that they demonstrated that people can collectively generate the kind of power that can be earth-shaking, that can change lives, that can change societies. And people need to know that, particularly in the 21st century, it is important, even under a black president, to bring the kind of pressure, to force the kinds of issues that will allow us to imagine a future without war and without racism and without prisons.
If you look at the world, my dear brother, you could wake up, you could say, I don't want to get up out of bed. Because, I mean, the rich are getting richer, not only in America, but in the world. The young people have got to see it. I mean, sometimes a lot of the young people who are in their 40s now say, I'm tired. I said, you can't be tired. Take a rest, take a vacation. But this is a lifetime job. We've got to talk about that 1% or 5% that runs everything, you know. It's a lot of work. You don't get any reward, so you really don't get a reward, you know. But the point is that the reward is knowing that when you make transition, when you die, if you have children, there's a better world for them. And if you don't have children, there's a better world for other people too.